We have traced the machine from your phone to the server farm, from the server farm to the offshore vault, from the vault to the algorithms that sculpt your reality, from those algorithms back through decades of hidden history to a deal made in shadows. We have followed the energy of your hope, your despair, your most human moments, to a receiver we could not name. Tonight, we name it, Welcome to Mysterious Encounters. Tonight, we do not expose another layer of the machine. We expose what the machine was built to serve. The consumer, the receiver, the ancient hunger that has been waiting in the darkness since before we had words to describe it. Archaeologists have noted a curious pattern in prehistoric art. In nearly every culture, across every continent, there are depictions of offerings made to nothing. Empty spaces, voids in the paintings that seem deliberately preserved. For decades, this was dismissed as artistic convention. But what if the voids were not empty? What if they depicted something that could not be depicted? Ancient texts from Sumer, from Egypt, from the Indus Valley speak of the watcher in the void, the consumer at the edge, that which waits. These were not metaphors. They were warnings, descriptions of a presence that existed alongside humanity, feeding on the one resource we produced in endless supply, the emotional intensity of being alive and uncertain. The ancients did not build temples for the gods they named. They built them for the presence they could not name. The geometry of sacred spaces was not arbitrary. It was designed to concentrate human emotional energy, the awe of worship, the fear of sacrifice, the hope of supplication, and direct it toward the void. Declassified research from a little-known branch of military intelligence project Stargate, the CIA's remote viewing program, contains references to geographic nodes of psychic concentration, locations around the world where emotional intensity naturally accumulates. The ancients built their temples on these nodes, and the modern gambling industry built its casinos on the exact same coordinates. Las Vegas, Macau, Monte Carlo, built on ancient feeding grounds. This is the true function of the algorithms we have exposed. The AI God program, the debt engine, the frequency accelerator, the synthetic casino. They are not profit centers. They are optimization systems for the oldest industry on Earth, the harvesting of human emotional energy for consumption by an ancient presence. Every near miss, every perfectly timed loss, every moment of hope crushed just before fulfillment. These are not bugs. They are features. They generate the most potent emotional fuel, the despair of almost, the agony of the one-off, the addictive cycle of maybe next time. The presence does not feed on your wins. It feeds on the space between winning and losing, the moment of maximum uncertainty, maximum hope, maximum vulnerability. Here is the most terrifying discovery. The presence is not passive. It gives something back. Not money, not data, but the conditions for more emotion. The near miss that feels almost like a win. The loss that comes at the exact moment you were starting to believe. The hope that flickers just before despair. These are not algorithmically generated. They are responses. The presence is not just consuming, it is cultivating. You are not a battery being drained. You are a battery being cycled. The presence needs you to keep producing, keep feeling, keep offering. Your despair is not the end. It is the beginning of the next cycle. It has been waiting for millennia. It can wait for your next moment of weakness. It has all the time in the universe. Because time for it is just another thing to consume. This is the truth the machine was built to hide. Not a corporate conspiracy. Not a government program. Something older. Something that has been feeding on us since before we were human. The casinos, the algorithms, the apps, they are just the latest and most efficient feeding apparatus ever constructed. They deliver us, in our most vulnerable moments, directly to the consumer. But this raises the question that haunts every investigation, every revelation, every moment of terrifying clarity. How long has it been feeding? And more importantly, What happens when it is finally full? The ancient texts all agree on one thing. The watcher in the void is not eternal. It grows. It consumes. And one day, when it has taken enough, when the last offering has been made, when the final emotion has been harvested, it will no longer wait at the edge. It will come through. We do not know when that day will come. We do not know if it can be stopped. But we know this. Every bet you place, every loss you chase, every moment of hope you offer to the machine is a payment toward that final consumption. You have seen the truth. The machine, the harvest, the ancient hunger. But this knowledge changes everything, because now you're no longer just fuel. You are aware. Across the world, a movement is stirring. People who have seen behind the curtain, who understand that their hope, their despair, their most human moments have been stolen and fed to something that does not deserve them. They are fighting back, not with violence, but with awareness. But the machine is not idle. It has spent millennia perfecting its defenses. The greatest of these is disbelief. The instinct to dismiss the truth as conspiracy. The comfort of returning to ignorance. The whispers that say, it can't be that bad. It can't be real. The question is no longer whether the machine exists. It does. The question is whether we have the courage to truly see it, and once seen, to starve it. The presence feeds on your hope, your despair, your most human moments. But it cannot feed on awareness. It cannot consume awakening. Next Monday on Mysterious Encounters, The Awakening. Awareness is the weapon. Community is the shield.